Okay, here we go, our veil and tint technique. So I'll section off my veil section through the crown, and my section is a bit curved that runs on both sides of the parietal ridge up into the crown. And there's no like hard angle at the tip of that triangle, it's a curved shape, so it'll fall softer. So I'll begin in the front, and I'll take a consistent weave, quite thick because I want the color to fall a bit intense through the front. Now here, I'll use my fingers to hold the hairline and the foil pretty tight so it doesn't slip, and then I'll apply the product. So the product I'll be using is Lightener plus 20. Okay, so it's the exact same veil through the top. So here the amount of intensity that you wish to create depends on the angles of your foils and the distance between each foil and the amount of hair that's actually in each packet. For this instance, I'm building my color down. So I'm starting off weaving and slicing the hair quite thick. And with every section after, I'll take less hair into my packet. So thus it allows me to build down my color. So through the front is where my color placement is strongest. The very softest point will be my last section at the crown area. Okay, still working in a consistent manner. Now, like your foil management, the way you control your foils, your technique, is really, really important. You can save a lot of time if you streamline and just cut the fat out of your technique. So I'll go in and slice my section, and then from here, I will progressively take less hair into each foil. So I go, here's my slice. I'll elevate the hair. I'll place the foil right at the root. I'll get them really super tight and clean. And I'll place a product in the mid shaft, and then I'll gently touch up the roots, and then I'll pull through the ends. Close up your foil. Make sure your foil work is super clean. Okay, again, so remember the technique. My intention is to build down the color. So here again, I'll take out my section. I'll progressively slice less and less hair. Elevate that hair. Then place the foil, pull the hair down, secure it, place product, and close up your packet. So with color, once you have the actual application technique down to, like, seriously, it has to be a sense of mastery, because it's quite mechanical. So you're going in and doing a lot of the same repetitive like motions. So you want to refine your work. I think the challenge with the chemical portion really doesn't lie at the foil placement or the manner that you use to put product into a foil and close it up. There's 1,000 ways to get one result. I use the technique that I learned from day one at the academy. But again, there's a lot of ways to close up a foil. The challenging part and the creative part and the beautiful part of the color is actually more mathematical. It's the formulation. It's the technical ability to start to understand how your foil placement or color placement will allow you to build more dimension, more texture into your actual end result. With advancements with color techniques, you get more of a variety from your arsenal of skill sets that you can select to produce quite unique effects. So again, think of coloring like, say, you want to color a car. Say you have a luxury sports car. You can go in and color any color that you want, but then you can change up the colors, you can build up the colors, and the color placement and the color formulation is what will give the end results the advantage. So it's all that brain work, it's that minute detail. So that's how I look at the chemical portion of our craft. Cutting is a little bit more different, but cutting is still geometric, it's still mathematics. Excellence always goes back to mathematics. Working in the same progressive manner. Now here I'll slice, elevate, place my foil. So my foil placement is right there at the root. I'll hit the mid shaft first, because the mid shaft, the product, and the hair and the foil connected will secure that foil so it won't jump around. Then I'll slowly touch up the root area. I'll lift the ends up, whack them down, so I get all my product and hair at that same 50% at the foil mark. I like everything that I'm working on to be in the same location. Close up my packet and then seal it down, because I anticipate the product expanding slightly during the processing time, especially in foils. Heat's a catalyst, so foil retains and regenerates that heat. Into the concept of the color. Again, the color has to take precedent, or the haircut has to take precedent. So this time, I'm having my color work to complement my haircut. So the future end result is that haircut takes precedent. So that's why I'm building up a veil color through the top, because I will be going in and cutting her hair quite short through the sides. The back, I'm building weight, and the top will be quite long. So again, my color technique has to fit my cut technique. If the color technique, inspiration, and overall aesthetic is totally opposite of the haircut technique, the end result will look super cheap because the lack of brain work in it. So intelligence always wins. So if you have an idea for a great haircut, then you have to go back and reverse engineer and say, well, what type of a chemical process would complement this haircut best or better, right? And then just use your brain. Think about it. It's not that hard, and you'll find ways, and you start executing them, and then your work you'll up your game tremendously. Okay, so now for my tint. So I'll go in, just apply barrier cream around the hairline. I'll start off in the back because the hair is a bit more resistant to the back, the nape area. And here my formula, I'll be using a level 7 red with a level 8 red. My ratio is 1:1. And I'll mix that with a 40 volume developer. Now here I'll just apply the product consistently and thoroughly, working my sections out with a comb so that allows me to manipulate and maneuver the hair super clean, and I'll just distribute the product evenly. At the face area, I'm working away from the head. It's cleaner, safer. And then here, I'll just go in between foils. Again, off roots, applying the product. So nice, clean. It's very systematic. The chemical application is quite mechanical. So you're kind of like a robot. It's robotic. The creative part is in the brain and the formulation and the theory. Now I'll hit up the roots, come at a clean section. So my formula for the roots is a level 6 with 30 volume. And I just work in small, manageable sections. Make sure you have perfect saturation. Okay, and just work the entire roots for this technique. Okay, so going into blow dry, I'll just flat wrap and leave the hair. I really won't bevel because I don't want that too much of root lift going on. So I'm using a sufficient amount of tension as I flat wrap the back, and as I work towards the longer lengths, I'll start to bevel. And as I finish the hair, I like to push the hair in tons of different directions. I want it to fall and move organically. I really don't go in and blow out the hair just into one direction or to one shape, because you'll find that that end result looks very frigid, rigid. It looks like a wig. I want the hair to be animated. The hair has to have movement. It has to complement the haircut, because when you blow out the hair for it to move a lot, and you're also working off a perfect haircut, your movement will be amazing. And then plus, if you're aiming for movement but you don't get movement, that means there's something wrong with your haircut. So then you can go and like fine tune the cut, and then as it gets better, the movement will improve, because geometry, everything connects, and that's how you get the movement. All right, well there we go. There's our veil and color technique. Enjoy.